And shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation.
DBN Nation, of course. Support DBN Nation. You're hearing it from Floyd Money Mayweather.
It's Terence Crawford, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
This is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation, baby.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
If you know, you know, and we all know new media is the wave. We are the mobs, and old media is out here drowning, while we out here with the wave, drowning all the BS and all the boxing politics and the double standards and all these fighters on the coincidental list that getting mistreated, we uplifting them, and all these fighters on the hope list, we exposing them. That's what new media is here for. Is not to create confusion. However, we here to restore order and maintaining it, because things are out of order. Just like when ESPN, when they had Lomachenko pop up and his boxing record, they had him listed as an undefeated fighter. They trying to erase the Salido loss out of his record. How you gonna erase a loss like that when Salido straight up took him to the Mexican school and he couldn't graduate? And to make matter worse, Lomachenko didn't even want to revisit the Mexican school, because when the rematch was offered, he stated, I don't need the Salido rematch. I'm over that. So you telling me you gave the guy that beat you in the amateurs a rematch more than once? You fought him like 4 times trying to revenge that loss. However, the guy that defeated you in the pro, that took you to the Mexican school, a whole new school that you didn't know about, you didn't want to give that guy a rematch? When you had a chance to fight a washed up Salido and you still lost and you still avoided the rematch? And they're going to try to erase that out of his record. So we all know old media, they overhyped Gennady Golovkin. And us, new media, told y'all from day one, don't believe in the hype. And they overhyped Gennady Golovkin so much that they can't even ride the train anymore. They had to get off the train because the train crashed. So they off that. Now they hopped on the Lomachenko train. And they had no choice but to throw Gennady Golovkin under the bus. Max Kellerman came out stating we have to review Gennady Golovkin's legacy, because Max Kellerman himself is part of the old media that overhyped Gennady Golovkin. He was the one that was saying Gennady Golovkin is the boxing fan favorite fighter. He's a monster. You know, nobody could beat him, this and that. He even was challenging Floyd Money Mayweather to fight Gennady Golovkin. And Floyd told everyone, I don't see nothing special about Gennady Golovkin. No special effects. He's a straight up and down fighter. And everything Floyd Mayweather said turned out to be true. And everything new media said turned out to be true. And when Gennady Golovkin ended up getting exposed and his career was a failure, according to his greatest supporters, from Max Kellerman to Jim Lambley, who stated, if Gennady Golovkin doesn't beat Canelo Alvarez in the rematch, his career is a failure. And that's exactly what Gennady Golovkin's career turned out to be, because he even lost to Vasyl, in my opinion, and he's afraid to give him a rematch. He's ducking Andre. To his face, he told him, I will fight you next. Then he ducks the fight with Andre. He wants no smoke with Charlo. That being said, Gennady Golovkin been exposed. And even his greatest supporters that put him on the list of the best fighters of the past 25 years, they put him on the top 20. Can you believe that? When he haven't proved a thing. His best win is a Lemieux to this day. And they put him on that list. So they had to retract what they stated because they stay incorrected. So now, obviously, they off the Gennady Golovkin hype train. Now they on to Lomachenko hype train. And they're trying to erase Lomachenko Salido loss. They trying to take that off his record. Can y'all believe that? They showing it on TV 14-0 as an undefeated fighter when he clearly have a loss on his record. You got Lomachenko fighting a Luke Campbell in the UK. They saying Lomachenko is the best talent since Muhammad Ali. They comparing him to Roy Jones, skipping Floyd Mayweather, skipping Sugar Ray Leonard, when Lomachenko is not even the #1 pound for pound today. We all know it's Terence Crawford. That being said, Lomachenko fights Luke Campbell, and that turned out to be his toughest fight, according to Lomachenko himself. Luke Campbell hurt Lomachenko multiple times, a fighter that's ranked #5 in his division, that never was a champion, that lost to Linares, and he gave Lomachenko the toughest fight of his career, and they comparing this guy to Muhammad Ali and Roy Jones. How disrespectful. Keep in mind, they overhyping Lomachenko, however, it's not working. He can't even sell in the States. Even with all this push behind the Lomachenko, he still is not a star or a superstar in the boxing game. That's why when they claim that if Floyd Money Mayweather was or had a different complexion, he would have been a bigger star. Nah, I don't believe in that, because at the end of the day, he would have been respected, he would have been loved, but at the end of the day, we all know skill paid the bills. And we all know Floyd Mayweather became a superstar naturally by being dominant for a decade and then defeating big names in the process and beating Oscar De La Hoya. And he was very entertaining inside and outside of the ring. Hate it or love it. However, they won't admit that. Floyd Mayweather never ducked no action. Floyd Mayweather, anybody that called him out like a Sugar Shane Mosley and disrespect him in front of his face, he fought him next. Meanwhile, you got Lomachenko. He turned down a Manny Pacquiao fight. He claims he wants to be as great as a Manny Pacquiao. However, he ducked a fight with a 40-year-old version of a Manny Pacquiao because he claimed he don't want to be an old Manny. When Manny beat an undefeated welterweight champion, Keith Thurman, after that. Lomachenko will never dare climb up to the 140-pound division and the 147-pound division like Pacquiao did. And he ducked a grandpa version of Pacquiao. However, he want to be as great as a Manny Pacquiao. Well, keep on dreaming. However, if you want your dreams to become a reality, then you have to take on these big fights. He's turning down smoke with Devin Haney, a green version of a Devin Haney. Keep in mind, he claims that his dream fight is with a Floyd Money Mayweather. However, he avoided a green prodigy of a Floyd Money Mayweather. And now they're trying to erase the loss on his record, but don't worry about that, because can he really stay undefeated till the end of his career? If he fight the best, if he doesn't maneuver the way he is by ducking Pacquiao and ducking Devin Haney and the best competition around, can he really stay undefeated? However, if old media and Bob Arum is trying to protect Lomachenko the way they are, and they feed him the Corollas of the world and fighters on that level that's not even ranked on the top 10 in his own division, obviously he's going to stay not undefeated. Obviously, he is not undefeated the way they're trying to project that he is, but he's not going to suffer another loss. However, if he fights the best, the likes of Shakur Stevenson's, the Devin Haney's, to Tank Davis of the world, the Lopez, and the best competitions around, he's not going to be undefeated. I'm sorry to say that and break your heart, but the truth hurts at the end of the day. So if you are allergic to the truth will hurt. However, if you embrace the truth, it will set you free. And funny enough, the loss that Lomachenko suffered is not like it was a close fight or any of that. Salido straight up took him to the Mexican school. And he never fought a Mexican-style fighter like Salido since then, for good reasons. Keep in mind, Lomachenko, after the fight, when Max Kellerman was trying to get him to make excuses to why he lost, Lomachenko straight up admitted he was the better man. He admitted that Salido was the better man that night, and he basically defeated him, and he gonna learn from this loss. So all these Lomachenko fans that's trying to get this loss off his record, well, keep on dreaming, because reality says Lomachenko has a loss. Reality says that Lomachenko is not pound for pound number one. He's just overhyped by old media. And we all know how that goes. You could peep what happened to Gennady Golovkin. Now, I believe Lomachenko is a better fighter than Gennady Golovkin. However, he's almost as overhyped as a Gennady Golovkin, because they out here talking about things that he could do that he actually can't. So what Lomachenko has to do is almost take supplements in order to live up to the expectations. And that's why fighters end up taking steroids, because they trying to live up to the hype. They not trying to fail their greatest supporters like Jim Lambley and Max Kellerman that been hyping them up. They trying to live up to that, but they just can't live up to the hype. And Lomachenko, it seemed to be another victim to the overhyped train. And like I said, at the end of the day, when somebody looks at the TV and he's a casual fan and sees Lomachenko as an undefeated fighter and thinks he's the best pound for pound in the world, and then finds out that he's not the best pound for pound in the world, and more so, he's being lied to by a whole network, aka ESPN. How you feel getting lied to by a legit network, stating that Lomachenko's still undefeated, putting a record of 14-0 when he has a loss on his record? And I take y'all back to when Teddy Atlas told both Andre Ward and Terence Crawford, who've been dominant over decades, undefeated. Andre Ward himself had a gold medal in the Olympics, never lost a fight since 14 years old, with a shoulder injury throughout his pro career, and he still found a way to win and stay dominant. And Teddy Atlas had the guts to tell Andre Ward, coming off a Kovalev knockout, when Kovalev was arguably top 3 pound for pound, and Andre Ward was arguably number 1, and Andre Ward knocked him out, so he was definitely the pound for pound king at the time. And he told both Terence and Andre Ward, when Terence just became the undisputed 140 pound division champion, something that haven't been done for decades, he told both of them, y'all not competing with yourself for the pound for pound number 1 slot. Y'all competing with the pound for pound number 1 Vasyl Lomachenko, a fighter with 1 loss and 9 wins, or 8 wins at the time. How embarrassing, right? It just shows y'all the politics and the hype and the overpraise the fighters on the hopeless gets, and the discrediting that's going around for the coincidentalist fighters. That being said, that's what new media is here for. We over here trying to restore order and maintaining it. And we working daily. So subscribe and support and click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second. Don't and listen to old media. And they are hopping on the wave. Max Kellerman already admitted that Gennady Golovkin was overhyped. And funny enough, he was one of the main guys that was overhyping Gennady Golovkin. That being said, soon enough, the truth will come out. So they could lie all they want. They could try to cover the loss all they want. However, something that took place in history could never be erased. That being said, check out my new show, Split Decision. We definitely will be exposing this on Split Decision. It's the boxing debate show, so check it out on my channel at Aki TV exclusive. The first boxing debate show ever, and I'm straight in taking cats to school. Best believe everybody that hops on the show is gonna get taken to the Aki University, just like I'm taking all these casual fans and old media members to the Aki University. So welcome to the Aki University, and hopefully you will graduate too if you are a casual fan. And keep in mind, the show is Split Decision, but I'm out here looking for a knockout every show. So tune in, and I give it to y'all the realest way, coming from the realest Aki. And check out Dante Radio Show we back on the map. So be on the lookout for the cookout. And like I always say, follow Lunatoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. Follow me at Aki TV. All these links will be in the description box below. And don't forget to click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live and to be continue on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we outie.